Gabor, I mean, a lot of people looking at Germany in a funny kind of way would say that also the German people are ending up on the other side of this transaction with a similar view, with more scepticism about Europe, more resentment of the direction that the single currency has taken. And what do you think the German perspective on this is?
I think if we talk about European money and about bailout, and David is talking about debt forgiveness, we are talking about German taxpayers' money. That's why I'm the only one here wearing a tie, because I have to, that's good. I have to defend the German stability culture. I think it's grown into hyperinflations. We have made this experience, and we have to make sure that the European Union and the whole idea of Europe is not built on sand. And it will be built on sand if we give more debt to countries which are in a deep shit, sorry to say this. And right now we have made the crisis even deeper, and we have not solved the problem. So I agree also with the Secretary of Finance. We have to develop a kind of growth policy. It's not enough to talk about bailouts. We have to talk about a growth policy for the sinner states, about the southerners. That's the way we see it in Germany. They failed. That's exactly. That's what we have done after World War II with the Marshall Plan. The Americans helped us to grow again. That's what we have done with the East Germans after reunification. We helped them to grow. We spent much more money for our beloved fellow countrymen in the East part than for Greece. 160 billion every year for 1 decade we gave to East Germany to develop this part of our country, and it worked well. See, look at our growth rate. Look at our welfare state. It's not in the best shape, but it's not destroyed. And we have given 110 billion to Greece so far. We are talking now about a second package. I hope the Secretary of Finance will be shy a little bit, giving away German taxpayers' money. But anyway, it's not that amount of money. And to bring it in the right relation, Greece is a portion of the European GDP is 2.5. 2.5 is the percentage of the Greece economy on the European GDP. That should be a problem we can fix. So I don't see it that pessimistic. If we talk about crisis, yes, it's a crisis, but you also can call it and replace the word crisis by the word birth announcement. I see the birth of a new state of the United States of Europe growing through crisis, and we are in the middle of the delivery process. It's bloody, it's loud, it's risky, and the baby is not out yet. And there's always the possibility of failure. But I think we are in in the making of history, and we are part of this. And I think everybody should be responsible, and the German government and the German taxpayers are responsible. They don't give it away with great happiness. But right now, I think the German government is responsible in trying to fix the problem.
Yeah, that's a very interesting, and it is an upbeat perspective, but it is classically, I mean, I referred to at the beginning, the argument there has always been among the supporters of European integration that you, in a sense, you put the cart before the horse. You have the European project come first. It creates a crisis which the politicians have to fix, and then that drives political integration.
It starts with the big crisis after World War II. The big mess was done by Germans. The World War II was the beginning of the European idea, and it went on with the Cold War and with the threat of the Soviet Union and all the satellite states. So we walked through this process of crisis, political crisis, cultural crisis, now a money crisis or currency crisis. That's part of our genetic code to be confronted with this kind of crisis and to solve them.